throw together another batch of pretzels here. I'm gonna do another double recipe. Hopefully, though, I have it down in my head what the measurements are, or at least a piece of paper that tells me what they are. So we're gonna go in with 510 grams of filtered warm water. Okay, so 510 grams warm filtered water with 8 grams of active dry yeast, and then 26 grams of brown sugar. We'll just mix this until it's combined, and then I'm going to cover this with a damp towel for 5 to 10 minutes, and we want the yeast to just kind of activate. Once it has kind of a foam on top, we know that our yeast is good, happy, thriving, and then we can continue on with the rest of our ingredients. We are back, and this is what our little mixture of water and yeast and brown sugar has yielded. And now we are going to add in the rest of our ingredients, except for the butter. We are going to wait and add that later here. So I'm going to go in with, it doesn't like when I do that, 24 grams of salt. Again, I'm doubling this recipe. Okay. 1,134 grams of flour. Ooh, 1111. All right, 1134, perfect. I'm gonna kind of get that in there. And then we're gonna go in with 400 grams of discard. So this has just been chilling in my fridge. Stuff I've emptied off when I've done feeds or didn't have a need for my sourdough, for my active starter. She just goes in the fridge and goes dormant to be used at a later time, like for these recipes. Or if I were to bring her out, let her acclimate to the warmth again, and feed her, she turns back into active starter. So it's nice to have it on hand for recipes, and then it's nice to have a backup emergency in case you do lose your starter. Your jar breaks, you accidentally leave it in the oven and preheat it, or I don't know. I've heard all kinds of crazy stories of things that have happened to people's starters. But thankful for me, I always have extra in the fridge. What else? I got this one here. So we're gonna do 400 grams. You can tell a big difference between that and this. I just put this in last night when I did Eloise's feed for active starter today. And again, 409. So there we go, close enough to 400. And on the mixer, she will go. We'll let her do the work for us. And I'm going to add my butter in right now because I added it at the very, very end on my last double batch, and it just did not turn out that amazing. It didn't really get incorporated. So I think it would help my mixer right now to get through this process, and it will incorporate a little bit better if I add it slowly instead of just tossing it in at the end. I kind of like to be haphazard and make things easier, but sometimes I make it more difficult. Hindsight, right? I'm making a mess here with this. Alright, we're going to call that, good. And then we're going to knead the rest. This bowl is so annoying. I do need to get some more mixing bowls. I'm trying to do the whole no spend 2025 thing, and I'm not doing a good job at it. All right. Maybe, here we go. And I'm just gonna knead this a little bit more. You know what, I suppose I could just keep it in this stinking bowl. I'm gonna do that. I didn't need to get that other one. So I'm just gonna spray this with some avocado oil for our dough to hang out in once we get this kind of kneaded together. The other one I split into 2 different batches, but I'm not gonna do that with this. I don't feel like it. Oh, this feels so much better. I definitely know now, lesson learned, to not wait till the very, very end to add the butter. Incorporate it once everything's kind of mixed initially. All right. Goodness. Okay. I think I'm happy with this. And this feels so much better. Everything was so messy after that last one. So this is what we're looking at. I'm gonna cover this for the next hour or so, hour or 2, and I'll come back and show you how it proofed, and then we'll start our shaping process. Okay, so we are now a couple hours later, and our dough has doubled in size. It is ready to go. I came over to my parents. They're having a big party right now, so I'm gonna get these rolled out and thrown in some water, boiling water with baking soda, and then we'll bake them at 425 for 13 to 15 minutes. I'll do that video probably separate because this is almost 10 minutes as it is.